As members of the ABU, both Doordarshan and All India Radio have been actively associated with the ABU activities. Mr. Jawahar Sarkar, Chief Executive Officer Prasar Bharati, has also been elected as the Vice President of the Union among the 113 members at the ABU General Assembly. Speaking at the 21st Copyright Committee meeting in New Delhi, Mr. Sarkar stressed and encouraged increased awareness related to intellectual property rights.
Broadcasters have a double function. We create copyrights, we pay for performances, we own rights, and therefore we need to protect them. That is the first role. The second is that we also pay for copyrights, we pay for rights for re-telecasting, rebroadcasting. So there are two distinct issues involved. As you are aware, radio has a limitation of it's getting increasingly limited through FM circles. Each transmission is no more left to hundreds of kilometers of either shortwave or medium wave. So each transmission over radio is getting to be limited to the circle of 35 to say 60 kilometers. That's all. FM is rounding the world, and on the FM mode, you cannot reach beyond a particular point. Therefore, the supremacy of waves that the radio broadcasters once enjoyed, that once having broadcast it, it would reach hundreds and thousands of miles, does not exist with us. So how do we tackle this? I'm talking on behalf of the broadcasters. If some station brings out very superior quality products, superior broadcasts, and people all over the world, people all over the country would like to listen to it, we have only one alternative, and that is to go on the net. The net, as you know, is a universal sphere. The question that bogged Prasar Bharati for almost a decade plus is how frightening is a copyright law on the net. Therefore, the best of production of radio programs would be telecast within a small zone and left to peter out, depriving the rest of the world from the product that has been created with so much love and care because of the sheer fright of copyright. Now, as a broadcaster, my duty is to see that my broadcast reaches the end of the earth. And with internet services becoming so much popular, with music on the net, music on the waves, music on different platforms becoming so much popular, would be standing in one corner and depriving ourselves and the world of what we have produced? That was a question I posed. After a lot of deliberations, we set up a lot of committees on copyrights and a lot of other things on copyrights, and finally decided one day that out of sheer exasperation at the cobwebs and the spider webs surrounding the whole issue, to cut the Gordian knot. We decided to send a letter across to the rights holders that we would like to put it up on the net. Do you have any objection? You would not believe the result, because I shall repeat this for the rest of my life. Not one major rights holder objected. Not one. Do you understand the issue? That means our people were simply taking refuge on the issue of a frightening copyright laws, standing on the shores of water, looking at the water and deciding whether there were crocodiles or alligators in it. Basically, gentlemen and ladies, we are broadcasters first and law-abiding citizens first. But let us not make one issue into such a problem that we cripple ourselves. This is called, I'm sure Chairman would agree, what we call paralysis by analysis. It's called paralysis by analysis. We paralyze ourselves on copyright. Now, having said that, I spoke to many rights holders. I spoke to some of the biggest rights holders in the world, and they said, look, brother, we really don't have any objection because our music reaches there. And we can always settle amounts for about 10 to 20 to 30% more on what we are paying them for broadcast on other than broadcast rights. Other than broadcast rights. So my humble submission is that these issues need to be looked squarely into the eye by broadcasters, keeping in mind the need for probity, the need for respect of the law, and not stand paralyzed on the shores of a lake, wondering whether the water is cold or hot. This is where your contribution comes a lot. That's my second point. All the deliberations made in committees, all the advisories issued by ABU or WIPO remain confined to small circles. It is time to translate them into meaningful short messagings and pass them on to every person who prepares a program or transmits a program. I end up by saying that the two submissions that I made of communication and clarity of purpose should be